What up, all you worship peoples? Thanks for joining me. I'm Nate Meist, and I love equipping worship leaders with helpful and encouraging content. And today we're going to be going over Graves into Gardens by Elevation Worship. Let's get into it. Before we get into today's video, if there is a certain piece of content worship-wise that you want me to cover, please vote for it down below. It might be a song that you want me to teach. It might be worship logistics, back-end type stuff, day-to-day worship leader type stuff. Whatever it is worship-related, vote for it in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Alright, so Graves into Gardens, this song doesn't need too much of an introduction. There's probably a million tutorials already on YouTube about it. I haven't even checked. I don't bother myself with that. But I didn't do any of those. I'm doing this one, and I'm excited about this song. It's definitely stood the test of time. It's still up there on the Christian charts, and it's an amazing song. It's very well written, and I'm going to teach it to you today. We're going to be going over three things as we always do in these videos. The first thing is key and capo placement. What key am I doing this song in? What key was it recorded in? The second thing I'm going to cover are all the chords for all the various sections of this song. And the third thing are the strumming patterns. I'm going to touch on kind of the foundational strumming patterns that I am using throughout this song. In case you haven't watched these videos before, there are two tools that I've put in these videos that can help you. The first are chord diagrams. For every chord that I play, I'm going to have a chord diagram up here in the upper right hand corner. The second thing is the fact that this video is time-stamped. So just hover your little mouse pointer or click, if you're using a device, on the time bar at the bottom of the video, and it is segmented into the different sections of the song. So if you want to refer back to a particular section, or fast forward even now, because I'm talking way too much, be my guest. Key and capo placement. This song was recorded in the key of B. Brendan Lake does an incredible job of belting those notes out. For me, I am comfortable down in A, and I thought that it'd be a good key to teach you guys in. It's diverse. And you know what? If you wanted to go back up to the original key, it's really easy to do that because you just take your capo and move it up 2 frets. 1, 2. Now, if you use the G position chords that I'm about to teach you for all the sections of the song, you can move this capo up and down this fretboard to your heart's content and play in all kinds of different keys using the G position chords. All right, so that means that I am not going to be calling out the actual chords I'm playing. All right, that would actually be an A because I'm playing in the key of A. I'm going to be calling out a G because it's the G position. If you don't know what it means to play in the G position, I have a video for that exact thing. So click above or find the link down below in the video notes. All right, let's get into it. This is the intro right here. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Into verse 1 there. So strumming wise, this is kind of what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. All right, so that intro is going back and forth from a G chord, or kind of a weirdish G chord, to a C over G. Okay, so to do that, to kind of free up my index and my ring finger here, I have my ring finger on the G note, which is weird. usually, except for this case. So I have my ring finger there. I'm muting the second string with my ring finger. So I'm just kind of laying it over that second string so that it doesn't ring out. And then I have my pinky finger up on the same exact note, but on the top string. And then for that C over G, I'm playing this chord right here. If you want to pause that video, go for it. You can study the finger placement of that chord. Alright, verse 1. Here we go. We're going to play through it and then we'll break down the strumming pattern and chords. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I've searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise and treasures that fade are never enough. Then you came along and put me back together, and every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Alright, so let's go over the strumming pattern for that first verse. This is kind of the essence of the strumming pattern that I'm using. I'm not going to cover every single strumming stroke that I'm playing, but this is the foundation, and then you can kind of build off of this. Okay, so here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, up, 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 down. Alright, so the chords for verse 1. He actually starts singing at the end of the intro. So let's play through the intro. So you're playing this. C over G, G. I've searched the world. C over G to G. C over G, but it couldn't fill. Back to G. Me. Man's empty praise. E minor. And treasures that fade. D are never enough. C, or C2 more accurately. And you came along, G, C over G, and put me back together, G again. And every desire, E minor, is now satisfied, D, here in your love, C. Chorus there. Alright, chorus. Let's play through it and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Alright, let's cover the kind of foundational strumming pattern that I'm doing for that first chorus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, chords for the chorus. We're going to be starting on that G chord. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's to E minor. Nothing, or E minor 7 more accurately. Better than you, Lord. There's C. Nothing. Nothing is better than to G. And then after that, you would do what's called a turnaround. It's basically just like an instrumental. It's the same thing as the intro chords. So, and then into verse 2. Verse 2, let's play through it and break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. 'Cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley, and there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. And then into the chorus there. Alright, so for the strumming pattern for verse 2, I'm adding a few more strumming strokes into my strumming pattern. It's very similar to the strumming pattern for the first chorus that I just showed you, but I'm adding a few strokes in there, like I said. So it's going to be more like a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down kind of vibe. So this is what that would sound like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, 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 down. As far as the chords for the second verse, they're almost identical to verse 1, except for one chord in the third line of this second verse. So in that third line, 'cause the God of the mountain. In verse 1, this was a G over C. Is the God of the valley. But they're actually playing a full-on E minor 7 here, which is an E minor 7 very similar in shape to what we're playing for that G over C. But instead of muting this second string, we let that thing ring out and we mute the bottom string, and now it becomes an A minor. So the third line of that verse 2, I hope this isn't too confusing for you guys. The third line of verse 2, because the God of the mountain is the God of the valley, would play out like this. 'Cause the God of the mountain, G, to A minor 7, is the God of the, back to G, valley. That A minor 7 is the only difference between verse 1 and verse 2. Alright, then after that second verse, it goes into the chorus twice. Then after you play that chorus twice, you're going to go into an instrumental, a bridge instrumental I'm calling it, which takes you into the bridges. And it's very similar to the intro, but I'm going to change up the strumming pattern a little bit to give it some more energy. So this is how I would approach the bridge instrumental after the second chorus section that takes you into singing those bridges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would take you into the bridges there. So you can see strumming wise, I'm doing a lot of down strokes, and I'm doing that to give it some really some higher energy. You're just using this one instrument to play this song, or you might be in whatever context you're in, so you want to use it to the best of your ability. And so I think to really start building the energy in that section of the song, which you need to, because it needs it. That's why they have a bunch of energy in the recording. I do a lot of downstrokes. So strumming wise, this is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, 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 down. And then chord-wise, we're just going back and forth from the G to the C over G. Sings up chords as the intro, so it's just doing that weird-looking G chord. C over G. Back to G. C over G. Back to G. Bridge 1. Let's play through this. I'll show you guys how I approach this with that same strumming pattern that I just showed you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You turn morning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. So same strumming pattern as I just showed you for the bridge instrumental. And for the chords, let's go over those. So it's going to start on that weird looking G thing that I had going on for the intro so that I can free up my index finger and middle finger. So here we go on the G. You turn morning to dancing. C over G. Back to G. You give beauty for ashes. C over G. Back to G. You turn shame into glory. Stay on the G. You're the E minor. Only C. One who. Back to G. And then for bridge 2, it's the same exact thing as bridge 1. Chord-wise, strumming-wise, maybe a little bit more intensity, but let me show you how I would approach bridge 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. And then they might tag that, you're the only one who can. You just play the same chords as that last line. You're the E minor, only C, one who G. You're the only one who can. And then that could be like a tag that they do in the recorded version. And then after that, they go back into the chorus and then they do a huge vamp on that, on those bridges again, and it just goes on and on and on. I'm not going to cover all of that, obviously. I think at that point, you would have to probably edit it for your specific context. They did that in front of a giant live audience. It might not make sense. It probably wouldn't make sense in like a small group setting, you know, or it might, who knows, I don't know. But you would have to decide that, you know, whatever format of a song that you would want to do. So that's it, guys. That's our tutorial for today, Graves into Gardens. I hope that this tutorial helped you. If it did, why don't you give this video a like, maybe even subscribe, so that you don't miss future worship tutorials. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.